Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Yashodanandana Jaya Prajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Jaya Prajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunjabihari Jaya Kunjabihari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunjabihari Jaya Kunjabihari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunjabihari Jaya Kunjabihari Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari. Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari. Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Shri Radha Madhava Sasaki ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Good morning, everyone. Hare Krishna. Welcome to today's reading on the Krishna book. I'm really happy to be here with all of you, and kindly give me your blessings, Maharaj, so that we may speak and read something that is beneficial to all of your hearts. Krishna, 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 Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare. Krishna, 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 Rakshamam. Krishna, 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 Pahimam. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshamam. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahimam. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare. O Lord Krishna, please protect me and maintain me. O Lord Rama, descendant of King Raghu, please protect me. O Krishna, O Keshava, killer of the Kashi demon, please maintain me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Aham, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Om, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Prabhu Ki. So we continue our reading from Krishna book, chapter 90. Chapter 90, summary description of Lord Krishna's pastimes. This is, devotees, this is the last chapter of Krishna book. So it's befitting that soon we'll be celebrating the appearance of Lord Krishna, and we'll begin with the prayers to the demigods and the advent of Lord Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Caitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaha Padantikam. E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Dabda Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamani Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prastaya Bhutale, Shrimati Kadama Kanana, Swami Iti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prastaya Bhutale, Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi, Vaskachade Shatarine. We are at the end of the Krishna book, but Srila Prabhupada always described that this Krishna book is just like a rasagula, a gulab jamun. It's one that's soaked in syrup. He said that whenever you bite it, whether you bite it from this side, that side, from the bottom, from the top, it is all just nectar. It is all just so sweet. You can just read it from anywhere. Yes, devotees are normally attracted to the beginning pastimes of Lord Krishna, Krishna in Vrindavan. When Krishna in Vrindavan, they get more exciting with Krishna killing all the demons, Krishna killing a demon every single day. Jai Krishna, Krishna killed another demon. It's so exciting. And then it gets a little more serious when Krishna leaves to Mathura and it never comes back. Never comes back to Vrindavan. But this Krishna book is just so much full of juice. It is so much full of juice that there was a story which Shrutikirti Prabhu gives in Fiji. And Shrutikirti Prabhu says that there was a time that he was serving Srila Prabhupada in Fiji, and Prabhupada rang the bell for the servant to come. His servant came into the room, and Prabhupada was reading Krishna book, and he read one whole page. And Prabhupada said, you just read one page of this book and you will be Krishna conscious. Wow, just one page. Servant offered the obeisances, went back to his quarters, bell rang after a short time, and Prabhupada was sitting there on his dais, and he said, you just read one paragraph, and you will be fully Krishna conscious. Just one paragraph. Said, Jai Prabhupada, offered these obeisances because they were struggling with some jet lag. Offered some obeisances, went back to his quarters, the bell rang again. Came into the room, offered obeisances. Prabhupada said, you just read one sentence, and you will be fully Krishna conscious. Offers his obeisances, leaves Prabhupada's room, goes back to his room, the bell rings again. Comes into it, he said, offers his obeisances. He said, yes, Srila Prabhupada. He said, actually, you just read one word. Just one word, and you will be fully Krishna conscious. This is what Prabhupada has blessed us with. Srila Prabhupada came with just a trunk full of books. We understand that Prabhupada had a few cantos of the Bhagavatam translated, and we see canto 1 of the Srimad Bhagavatam is so full, right? So much full of so much different nectar of transcendental knowledge. So full, but because Prabhupada was thinking he may not live until the 10th canto. He may not do that because the first canto is described to be Krishna's lotus feet, and each canto goes up Krishna's limbs, and the 10th canto is Krishna's smiling face. Krishna's smiling face. And Prabhupada thought he may not get there, so then he published this Krishna book. In the introduction, this was sponsored by the Apple Company, which George Harrison was part of. And George Harrison, what he says, all you need is love here. Something. I'll find it. Here it is. All you need is love. Krishna, Hari Bol, George Harrison. And before that he says that inevitably arrives at Krishna consciousness after chanting the Hare Krishna Maha mantra, Shri Radharanath ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki. And then he says here, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. So, taste this gulab jamun. This gulab jamun can assist you in developing love of God in this lifetime. This gulab jamun is nectar. It is just pure nectar. And with a normal sweet, when you eat it, it finishes, Sometimes when we came into this movement, what did we do? We were so in love with paneer that we would keep the paneer on the side and eat it at the end. Wow, I still got 2 pieces of paneer left. But this gulab jamun, this transcendental gulab jamun of Krishna book doesn't end. It just goes on over and over and over. And the publication of Krishna book is also not ordinary. Prabhupada sent Brahmananda Prabhu to Dayapan printers in Japan. And he went there, they negotiated a price, they got some publication going, and Srila Prabhupada is back in Los Angeles, and he was thinking, at least give me a box of books, 25 books, to take back to show my spiritual master. At that time, they printed this Krishna book in 2 different volumes, and because it's 90 chapters, and they printed this, and he was thinking, okay, I will take this back to my spiritual master. But there was some glitch, and the printers came and said, no, it's not possible. We cannot deliver on time. We really apologize. And Brahmananda Prabhu was so disappointed with this. He was so disappointed with this that he was thinking, what am I going to tell Srila Prabhupada? How am I going to answer to Srila Prabhupada? So he got onto his flight back from Japan to New York, and before he boarded the flight, and while he's sitting there looking out of the window thinking, what am I going to tell Srila Prabhupada that I don't have his books with me? He sees these limousines driving onto the tarmac, coming closer to the plane, that the plane had to stop its engines. They let down the staircase again, and then these directors of the printers come out with their suits and a box of Krishna book. They immediately gave it to Brahmananda because the flight attendants and the pilot were getting so excited that you're holding up our schedule. He got into the plane with his box of Krishna books. He opened it, and he was so excited about it that, wow, this is really a good publication. Prabhupada is going to be so happy. Then the Brahmananda Prabhu's neighbor on the plane was thinking, what's all this fuss about that you stopped an entire flight just for to pick up a box? What's in the box? He said, oh, this is Krishna book. It's written by my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, and it's really nice. The guy said, how much? He said $20, and he sold him 1 book. So then Brahmananda Prabhu goes back to Los Angeles. He takes and offers this box of books to Srila Prabhupada. He says, Prabhupada, there's only 24 here. Very sheepishly. There's only 24 here. And Prabhupada said, what happened to the rest? He said, oh, I sold it. Prabhupada said, oh, very good, very, very auspicious start. Then Prabhupada was perusing through the books and looking at the artwork, and he was thinking, this is really nice. Please, go and sell all of it now. Go and sell all of it now, including this one. He never kept one. He wanted everyone to share this nectar of Krishna book. So, here we are at chapter 90, summary description of Lord Krishna's pastimes. After returning from the spiritual kingdom, which he was able to visit personally with Krishna, Arjuna was very much astonished. He thought to himself that although he was only an ordinary living entity, by the grace of Krishna, it had been possible for him to see the spiritual world. Not only that he has seen the spiritual world, but he also personally seen the original Mahavishnu, the cause of the material creation. It is said that Krishna never goes out of Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parityanam padam ekam na gacchati. Krishna is the supreme in Mathura. He is the supreme in Dwaraka, and he is the most supreme in Vrindavan. Krishna's pastimes in Dwaraka are displayed by his Vasudev portion, yet there is no difference between the Vasudev portion manifested in Mathura and Dwaraka and the original manifestation of Krishna in Vrindavan. In the beginning of the book, we have discussed that when Krishna appears, all his incarnations, plenary portions, and portions of the plenary portions come with him. Thus, some of his different pastimes are manifested not by the original Krishna himself, but by his expansions. Why Arjuna was puzzled by Krishna going to see the Karnavashayi Vishnu in the spiritual world is fully discussed in the commentaries of Srila Vishnava Chakravarti Thakur as follows. It is understood from the speech of Mahavishnu that he was very eager to see Krishna. It may be said, however, that since Mahavishnu took away the Brahmana sons, he must certainly have gone to Dwaraka to do so. Therefore, why he did not see Krishna there? A possible answer is that unless Krishna gives his permission, he cannot be seen by Mahavishnu lying in the causal ocean of the spiritual world. Thus Mahavishnu took away the Brahmana sons one after the other, just after their birth, so that Krishna would come personally to the causal ocean to retrieve them. And then Mahavishnu would be able to see him there. If that is so, the next question is this: why would Mahavishnu come to Dwarka personally if he were not there, if he were not able to see Krishna? Why did he not send some of his associates to take away the sons of the Brahmana? A possible answer is that it is very difficult to put any of the citizens of Dwarka into trouble in the presence of Krishna. Therefore, because it was not possible for any Mahavishnu's associates to take away the Brahmana's sons, he personally came to take them. Another question may also be raised. The Lord is known as a Brahmanaya Deva, the worshipable deity of the Brahmanas. So why was he inclined to put a Brahmana into a terrible condition of lamentation over one son and another until the 10th son was taken away? The answer is that Lord Mahavishnu was so eager to see Krishna that he did not hesitate even to give trouble to a Brahmana. Although giving trouble to a Brahmana is a forbidden act, Lord Vishnu was prepared to do anything in order to see Krishna. He was so eager to see him. After losing each of his sons, the Brahmana would come to the gate of the palace and accuse the king of not being able to give the Brahmanas protection and thus being unfit to sit on the royal throne. It was Mahavishnu's plan that a Brahmana would accuse the Kshatriyas and Krishna would be obliged to come and see him and take him back to the Brahmana's sons. Still, another question may be raised. If Mahavishnu cannot see Krishna, then how was Krishna obliged to call him before all? Then how was Krishna obliged to come before him after all to take back to the sons of the Brahmana? The answer is that Lord Krishna went to see Mahavishnu not exactly and take back the sons of the Brahmana, but only for Arjuna's sake. His friendship with Arjuna was so intimate that when Arjuna prepared himself to die by entering fire, Krishna wanted to give him complete protection. Arjuna, however, did not desist from entering the fire unless the sons of the Brahmanas were brought back. Therefore Krishna promised him, "I shall bring back the Brahmana's sons. Do not commit suicide." If Lord Krishna was going to see Lord Vishnu only to reclaim the sons of the Brahmanas, then he would not have waited until the 10th son was taken. But when the 10th son was taken away by Lord Mahavishnu, and when Arjuna was therefore ready to enter the fire because of his promise was going to prove false, that serious situation made Lord Krishna decide to go with Arjuna to see Mahavishnu. It is said that Arjuna is an empowered incarnation of Nara Narayan. He is even sometimes called Nara Narayan. The Nara Narayan incarnation is one of Lord Vishnu's plenary expansions. Therefore, when Krishna and Arjuna went to see Lord Vishnu, it is to be understood that Arjuna visited his Nara Narayan capacity, just as Krishna, when he displayed his pastimes in Dwarka, acted in the Vasudev capacity. After visiting the spiritual world, Arjuna concluded that whatever opulence anyone can show within the material or spiritual worlds, it is all a gift of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is manifested in various forms as Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva, or in other words, as Shamsha or Vibhamsha. Vishnu Tattva is also known as Swamsa, and Jiva Tattva is known as Vibhamsha. He can therefore display himself by the different transcendental pastimes in the portion of either Swamsha or Vibhamsha as he likes, but still he remains the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. The concluding portion of Krishna's pastimes is found in the 19th chapter of the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And in this chapter, Shukadev Goswami wanted to explain how Krishna lived happily in Dwarka with all his opulences. Krishna's opulences of strength have already been displayed in his different pastimes, and now he will be shown for how his residence at Dwarka displayed his opulences of wealth and beauty. In this material world, the opulences of wealth and beauty are considered the highest of all opulences. Yet they are only a perverted reflection of these opulences in the spiritual world. Therefore, while Krishna stayed on this planet as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his opulences of wealth and beauty had no comparison within the three worlds. Krishna enjoyed 16,000 beautiful wives, and it is most significant that he lived at Dwarka as the only husband of these thousands of beautiful women. This is specifically stated that he was the only husband of 16,000 wives. It is of course not unheard of in the history of the world that a powerful king would keep many hundreds of queens. But although such a king might be the only husband for so many wives, he could not enjoy all of them at one time. Lord Krishna, however, enjoyed all of these 16,000 wives simultaneously. Although it may be said that the yogis also expand their bodies into many forms, the yogis' expansion and Lord Krishna's expansions are not the same. Krishna is therefore sometimes called Yogeshvara, the master of all yogis. In the Vedic literatures, we find that the yogi Shubhari Muni expanded himself into 8, but that expansion was like a television expansion. The television image is manifested in millions of expansions, but those expansions cannot act differently. They are simply reflections of the original and can only act exactly as the original does. Krishna's expansions is not material, like the expansions of the television or the yogi. When Narada visited the different places of Krishna, he saw that Krishna, in his different expansions, was variously engaged in each and every palace of the queens. It is said that Krishna lived in Dwarka as the husband of the goddess of fortune. Queen Rukmini is the goddess of fortune, and all the queens are her expansions. So Krishna, the chief of the Vishnu dynasty, enjoyed with the goddess of fortune in full opulence. The queens of Krishna are described as permanently youthful and beautiful. Although Krishna had grandchildren and great-grandchildren, neither Krishna nor his queens looked older than 16 or 20 years of age. The young queens were so beautiful that they were moved. They appeared like lightning moving in the sky. They were always dressed with excellent ornaments and garments, and were always engaged in sportive activities like dancing, singing, or playing ball on the roofs of the palaces. The dancing and tennis playing of girls in the material world are perverted reflections of the original pastimes of the original personality of Godhead, Krishna and his wives. So it's so interesting here that Srila Prabhupada is describing, yes, the opulences in Dwarka. And now we are also in this part of the Srimad Bhagavatam in the 4th canto, we are describing Maharaj Prithu. Maharaj Prithu just left this world after renouncing his kingdom. But we are speaking about these kingdoms. These kingdoms didn't have any famine, they didn't have any disease, they didn't have any drought. Everything was fully supplied. And now, in this part of Krishna book, what is going on? That the king, a Brahmana's son, a child, just died. Not one time, but 10 times. So the Brahmana gets so angry, and he goes and he blames the king of Dwarka. that it's all because of you. You are not ruling properly, and this is why I am going through the struggle. He didn't blame himself, he blamed the king. He blamed the king. And this is where Arjuna comes in. And Arjuna says, under my watch, I'm the one who conquered sleep. I will not sleep through the night, and I will see, I will kill anyone who comes near you. So the Arjuna did this, but yet baby after baby kept on dying. And then he was ready to commit suicide, and Krishna stops him. And what does Krishna say? Krishna says that there is a higher plan here. And that higher plan is simply for Mahavishnu. This is all Mahavishnu's plan. Mahavishnu's plan was to get darshan of basically himself, but get darshan of that original supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, that Shamasundar form. And this is what he's trying to do. So this, devotees, this Krishna book is so filled with so much of nectar. Wherever you're biting it, we are biting it at the end of the 90th chapter now, but it's still so much full of juice. And these previous chapters just described all of this. But just to see Krishna's beauty, devotees, they get so enthused by this. They feel so joyful by hearing more and more about Krishna. Because just like the Ganges, as Prabhupada describes in the beginning, that flows through the earth and cleanses the earth, similarly when we glorify Lord Krishna, the speaker is benefiting, those that are listening, all are getting this benefit of this Krishna consciousness. And this is why Prabhupada was so much in this emergency mode to get this nectar of Krishna's direct pastimes out to the world for everyone to relish. And the devotees did relish it. Prabhupada then at the end said, if you simply drink a cup of hot milk, it refines the finer brain tissues, and you read Krishna book together with a cup of hot milk and that, guess what happens? Prabhupada says he's giving you the benediction, you will dream of Krishna. So this is the culture we came up with in Krishna consciousness, that whenever we stayed in an ashram, we always at the end, to end the day off, read Krishna book, read a cup of hot milk, and some dreamt of Krishna. So we should try to do this. We begin our day by rising early. We begin our day by offering obeisances as soon as we rise. Offering obeisances. Then we attend the Mangal Artik program. We chant our japa. We go through the morning Bhagavatam class. All giving us some juice to continue our spiritual lives and deepen our spiritual lives. And then, to conclude the day after a whole day, days of work or days of devotional service, we come back and we remember why we're doing this all. We're doing it all to relish these transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna. And this is why Krishna comes, yes, Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Dukshikram. He comes to annihilate the miscreants, but he more so comes to give joy. He comes to give life to his devotees. And this is what this Krishna book is directly giving us. It is giving us so much of life. So devotees, let's try to imbibe this culture once again, whether at home, whether in the temples. Let's try to end our day every day, instead of scrolling through different types of reels and mundane reels and getting carried away, and next thing you know it's midnight and I'm still scrolling to reels. Let's do something much spiritual, much more spiritual. Let us relish this nectar of Krishna book. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Anyone wants to add anything? Any corrections or questions, comments as well? Maharaj, would you like to add anything?
Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. Raj, you are mentioning this Krishna book is like a Gulab Jamun. So Srila Prabhupada always inspires devotee in that story. Shrutikit Prabhu story, he was saying that many devotees those time was not reading. Because Prabhupada told you must read before sleeping. So especially for Shrutikit Prabhu, he was little, because he was doing Prabhupada Seva, he was neglecting. So for that inspiration, Prabhupada told, even one word you read. So that means it's so wonderful, this book. So as he explained in between, that Krishna personally went to Mahavishnu's planet. Krishna actually, he does not have to go there. Mahavishnu could bring back if he would order there. But he was performing the pastime of a human being. He was showing that. And also sometimes he wanted to show also Arjuna, his dear friend, to Mahavishnu and darshan of Mahavishnu. Yeah, as you mentioned, Srila Prabhupada also in the Krishna books is like juice everywhere. So you should always try to read this book, especially before sleeping. And all nectar will get.
Dream of Krishna.
Yeah, dream about Krishna. Thank you, Guru.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. Azaya? Just to clarify that story also, what Shruti gave to Prabhu. Today we said it's Krishna book, but there was other times where we hear the Prabhupada says the same for Nectar of Devotion and Bhagavad Gita as well. Just one word, one paragraph, one page. Please go ahead.
I just find it, Hare Krishna, find it shocking that he says one word and you'll go back. So I'm just trying
Not
to
go back, but you become fully Krishna
fully
conscious.
Krishna conscious here. All right.
Take this book, Prabhu. Find me one word. Open it. Here, come. Open it anyway. Open it anyway.
I'll just say
Just
Krishna.
Krishna. There's it. The all attractive. Who can be more attractive than Krishna? Thank you.
Very magnanimous.
Anyone else? Would you like to add anything? Ganga Devi?
Hare Krishna. So I was just remembering the pastime of Lakshmi Devi and how she wanted to come and witness Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. Here Krishna went to Mahavishnu because Krishna's pastimes are so sweet that, even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahavishnu, he is attracted to Krishna's pastimes. And, it is being described that Krishna is the source of Vishnu. And, and yet, Mahavishnu is attracted to Krishna's pastimes. Just the way Lakshmi Devi was attracted to Krishna's pastimes and wanted to join the rasa dance, but she could not because of her opulence, like that. So maybe you can comment on that?
Yeah, it's part of the transcendental Leela, and it's not the first time, it's happening here with Arjuna, Krishna and Mahavishnu, and it also happens when the Panchatattva appears with Advaita Acharya, who's partially Sadashiva, Mahavishnu. He also wants to be part of this whole thing and be part of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela in that original form as well. So it's just part of the Leela. We also hear, where were we hearing? Srimad Bhagavatam, when Lord Balaram goes on pilgrimage because he didn't want to take part in the war. What happens? He travels to all the holy places and then he comes to Jagannath Puri. And what does he do in Jagannath Puri? He offers his obeisances on the outskirts of Jagannath Puri because he didn't want to be caught offering obeisances to himself in the temple. Meaning, he didn't want to be seen in the situation where as Lord Baladev and Jagannath in the temple, he didn't want to be seen offering obeisances to that. So he did it in the distance and he continued with his pilgrimage. So it's just the transcendental Leela.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
And I was also thinking that while we're staying in an ashram and when you brahmacharis and then you decide to change ashram, you know what is the process of courting your future spouse? You had to come to the temple room. This was all over the world. You had to come to the temple room. You couldn't go out with your fiancée. You couldn't do anything with her but come to a temple room, a public place, and read Krishna book. There was nothing else you could discuss but just to read Krishna book. So quite interesting. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu
Hare Baba.
and dear devotees. There's two questions I have and I needed some clarity on it. When we're chanting and we get disturbed and we're halfway through the mala, do we continue from there or restart it?
It is up to you, but if you continue, it's no problem.
You don't have to go back and
That's
start
okay.
again.
You can carry on.
And then there's another one. If you chant late at night, is it a problem?
Obviously, chanting in the early parts of the morning, when we are in the mode of goodness, the world is also in the mode of goodness during that time, is the most beneficial. But if we have to chant in the evening because of other services, other work, or other commitments, then that is also okay. But you always have to be doing your best and giving your full attention to Krishna's holy name. One example of Janani Vas Prabhu, the head pujari from Mayapur, gives. He says that for pujaris, they get to miss the morning japa period. Because during the morning japa period, they engage on the altar and they miss the japa period. So when should they chant? He said then the best time for them to chant again is when the time the cows come back home in the evening. So around 4 or 5 o'clock when the cows are coming back home, they create this transcendental dust and it's a very auspicious time to be chanting again. So,
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Anything else? Raghunath Bhatta Prabhu? Any words of wisdom or correction? Kantarachima Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Wow, you got so tall.
Hey, Prabhu.
Okay, and you?
You all right?
I'm good.
You back
so
here now?
No, just visiting.
Sorry, Prabhu. Got hearing aid.
I said I'm just visiting.
Oh, no, that's
Yeah.
good, yeah.
You okay?
No, we're helping out.
Oh, nice. I'll come see you just now there. He's gone so big, Prabhu.
Yeah. For your chariot festival, you had I sent you Lakshmi.